So I've had this in my possession for a wee while, and eventually I'm getting around to reviewing it. It's not a new phone, but so let's get into it. If anybody saw my review of that Nokia 808 PureView, I swapped it, and I swapped it for this. What you may ask yourself is, what is it? Well, this is a Moto mod, and I'd never seen this before, but it's actually a projector. So I thought, okay, let me look and see if I can find a compatible phone. Now, Moto mods are only compatible with the Motorola Z series, so I went online and went to look at what I could buy for the budget that I had, and I came to a conclusion that my money could only buy me this, which is the Moto Z Force Droid, or Droid Force. I think it's Force Droid. Okay, this is actually Verizon, that's why it's called a Droid. But the Moto Z Force, and this was released, I think, mid 2016, and it was the cheapest one that I could find, so that I could see how this thing worked. So about the phone, first of all, is a 5.5 inch Super AMOLED Full HD panel, and I like it. It's 21 megapixel camera. It has a Qualcomm 820 and an Adreno 530. This one came with 32 GB of memory and 4 GB of RAM. I was just looking there, and it's a 3,500 mAh battery. And this came in just about $100 and something with shipping. And actually, I really like it. I think it's a really cool phone. I like the screen. I like the feel of this. Now, this has got a protection called Shatterproof, which is meant to be, what it says is, if you drop it, it's meant to be shatterproof. So I'm not going to drop it and check it. But what I did see on reviews of this was that it was actually quite prone to superficial scratching of the screen. And I bought this knowing that it was I can't remember, the seller said it was 6 out of 10 the score, but it does have superficial screen scratches, which are not really that noticeable when you're using it. Only when the phone is when the screen is black, you would see them. The back's got some couple of scuffs here and there, but actually it's pretty decent condition. So I used this for about a week, and everything is working really fine on this. It's actually a really good phone. Of course, the call quality camera, I think, is really good, 21 megapixel. I still think this is if you could get one like either new or like as good as new, I still think this is a really good phone, with the added benefits of having the Motorola Moto mods, which we'll get onto in a minute, which was the reason I bought this phone. Now, I had that Motorola, the one, Motorola one that I reviewed not that long ago, and I really liked it. It was a lot lower spec than this, but I really liked it, and some parts of the Motorola Android that I like. This is Android 8 is on this one. I did do, out of interest, the Antutu on this slab, and I thought it got pretty decent score, 163,000. I thought that was really very decent score for a phone that is 3 years old. I haven't noticed any problems really when I was using it day to day. Everything worked really fine. I'm using Nova Launcher on this. I really didn't see any problems at all. Takes a single SIM, this one does, and a SD card, and I like the this. You'll see it comes, so the kind of nearly always on. If you move over here, I really like that. And then when any notifications you get, you can just hold here and the notification will come up. You don't actually have to really go right into the phone. I really like that on the Motorola. I mean, I'm going to miss it, because when I've eventually get rid of all the Motorola ones, it's something that I've really liked. So I still think this is a really good phone, and I think I like the look of it. It's a bit industrial kind of looking, but I like the look of it. There's fingerprint scanner here, USB-C of course. The fingerprint scanner works very quickly. Okay, it's not bezel-less or have a notch or anything like that. It's pretty chunky, but I honestly do not mind it at all, and I really do think it still could be a very decent daily phone, or a really good second phone, with the added benefits of the Motorola mods. Now, you can also buy different back. Let me see. I think I have one here somewhere. So you can also get like these. These are like different back covers. You can change the back if you so fancy. You can also get this, which is the Motorola mod. Motorola mod 360 camera, and it works pretty good for all our 360 kind of things. There's a speaker as well, a JBL speaker, I think. There could be other things that I'm not familiar with, but the reason that I got this phone was because of this. I was kind of intrigued to see, you know, how it would work and if it was any good. And I'll be honest with you, I was pleasantly surprised. Have I any battery on this? I was pleasantly surprised. Let me have to move the camera a wee bit here so you can see. I was really surprised about how good this actually was. So I know it's not going to be ideal showing it here in broad daylight. See if I can focus it a wee bit better there. It looks like it is pretty much focused. It's not much to control really. There's wrong side. It has automatic adjustment there. I think that keystone adjustment it's called. So okay, now of course in a lighted room this is not, it doesn't seem that exciting, but when you turn off the lights, it's actually really very good. Now the native resolution is I'll turn it off. The native resolution is I think it's 854 by 400, and oh, let me move that down again. And the you can kind of comfortably take it up to about, I've been using it's nearly 75 inch. Now, granted, I've been in a very dark room, and it's certainly more than 55. It could be 60, 70 inch. I've been putting this on my bedroom wall and watching TV programs that I've downloaded onto my phone, and also some movies. Now, of course, you can play with the volt using just the speaker in the phone, which is not that great. I have a Bluetooth speaker which I just connected to it, and I just was really surprised how good it is. I think it's 50 lumens, the brightness, and really I just thought, I've had a few of these kind of cheap Chinese, and people have seen my reviews of projectors. I've had a few cheap Chinese ones, and they're pretty crap, and compared to this, really, you know, there's no comparison. This is really good. So the quality, so I connected it to a Bluetooth speaker in my bedroom, and the room, granted, is very dark. I thought the picture is really very good. you know, again, it's not full HD, it's not ultra HD, it's not super bright, but I really have enjoyed using it. I've been watching the iPlayer, I've been watching football, watching TV, I watched a movie. I have really enjoyed it. I think that this thing has a real many uses for kids, for outside, having your outside movie watching, presentations, if you can get some darkness in the room, you're doing the presentation, doing your PowerPoint, educational videos, which was the kind of reason I was thinking about getting it. And ultimately it's led me to something else, which I might review later, but I've just, this is a really cheap kind of on-the-go entertainment presentation, kind of easy to fit in your pocket. It's excellent. I really check out other videos on it. It's got pretty decent reviews from most people. It's not the sharpest, but it is still really very good for being. This is it in your hand. Okay, so any Motorola Z, you can pick up these the projectors. I think it's called InstaShare projector. You can pick these up now around about $100. You might even find it cheaper. Now the battery, officially I think they said the battery was about an hour and a half, maybe. I got squeezed about just about 2 hours. At least I watched 2 shows on it and the battery didn't run out, so it was almost 2 hours. It will give you a warning that the battery is low. Then I just connected, I have one of these power banks. I connected that to it and continued to watch. So it's still pretty portable solution for entertainment. I could see people, you know, you're traveling, beam this on your hotel wall when you want to watch something that you've either downloaded or Netflix, whatever. It's you'd be surprised how good it is. I really can't recommend this enough for such a small projector, and with the phone connected, it is really not that. It's just like having a phone with a battery pack at like an external battery. You can actually use it like this. Still feels quite comfortable to use. So that was the whole reason that I got this, and I have enjoyed using it that much that I bought another one, and I will review it. I'll certainly review the phone. I bought new this time round, so I will review the phone quickly when I get round to doing it. But that's how much I liked it, and it led me then to discover some other things. But I still think this is a really good cheap proposition for entertainment, keeping the kids happy, presentations, holiday mode, taking it with you. The phone is a good phone. It's got a really nice Super AMOLED screen. So you really has got everything, and I think the phone looks still pretty cool. So I just wanted to share it because it's nothing new, but these were quite expensive when they came out, I believe, but now they are just, as I say, you can pick them up new for about $110, and I think it is just absolutely brilliant. I don't think you can find anything better than that. Even if you don't need the phone for the phone, that you could pick one of these up probably less than $100. It doesn't matter about the speed. Actually, it's still a fast phone. You can use it as your entertainment system, and I don't think anybody would be disappointed with the quality that is on this projector. So really, I wanted to just share that with you. This has been about the Motorola Z series. Can be any Z, and in particular the InstaShare projector. And you see, it's just like, there we go. Very easy, power on button here, and this is for focus, and then up and down, and it has an automatic keystone it will automatically will adjust for the level when it's projecting onto the wall. I'm not exactly sure what keystone means, but and you can get at least, I would say, up to 65-75 inches without it being still totally watchable in a dark room. So that's all I wanted to share with you. Anybody have any comments or anything, I will do my best to answer them in a timely fashion. So that's been the Motorola Z, NAZ, and the InstaShare Moto Mod. Bye.